Hi there, day 5. Forgiveness. This is a biggie. It is huge, in fact. And if I can share a little story about my own experience with forgiveness, then you'll be able to see why it was such a biggie. All my life until about 8 years ago, I found it really hard to say sorry. I found it impossible to let go. And I would have conversations over and over and over in my head, arguing, getting cross with somebody who wasn't even there, somebody who'd hurt me, somebody who had upset me. And I would go over and over and over this in my head, having the same arguments over and over, thinking that by having an argument with this person in my head, a one-way discussion, debate, argument in my head, was going to somehow resolve it. It was somehow giving me the upper hand, putting me in charge, in control, if you like. And the more I think about this, looking back now, the more crazy it sounds. And yet I do recall feeling really proud of myself, that I was getting everything out into the open, that I was challenging this person, and that was having my say with this person, and that was having an argument with this person, telling them how cross I was, how angry I was, and how I wasn't going to forgive them, and feeling really good about myself at not forgiving them, not giving in, not letting go. And here's the thing. That is the worst thing you can possibly do. It is the most damaging thing to hold on to resentment and pain of any description, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, psychological. It damages you. You are the only person that gets hurt. Nobody else does. So what's the answer? How do we move on? How do we stop thinking about these people who hurt us and upset us? How do we let go of resentment? Let go of anger? Let go of pain? Let go of hurt? How do we let go? What do we do? How do we get rid of it? Do you drink? Do you take drugs? No. And 8 years ago, I was given a piece of paper with the title of a book. And that title of the book and the author was You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Because the person who wrote down that title, I'd only just met her. She didn't know me. But she felt something in me. She detected something in me. And there was a reason why. She was guided to point me in the right direction of this book. And after a few weeks of this piece of paper being in my handbag, I came across it and thought, oh my gosh, I was given this for a reason. And I went out and bought the book. And this was my first real introduction to forgiveness, what it means, why it's so important, and how you can forgive. And here's the thing. When you hold on to resentment, it is like holding on to a piece of hot, burning coal and expecting it to burn the other person. It's walking around with an albatross around your neck. It's having a massive, heavy rucksack full of rocks in it on your back all of the time, and continuing through each day, each week, each month, each year of your life, carrying that extra weight. So why would you hold on to resentment, pain, anger, regret? You let go. You let go. And you let go by forgiving. Firstly, yourself. Because you are the most precious, the most important person in your own life. So you have to let go of that first. You have to forgive yourself first. And secondly, you have to forgive the other person. Not ever to condone them. But when you forgive, I mean really deeply forgive another person, you set yourself free. You set yourself free. You take off the rucksack full of stones. You release the albatross from around your neck. And you put down that hot piece of coal. And it stops burning you. Forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds on the sole of the foot that crushes it. That's by Mark Twain. And actually, it's incredibly powerful. It's beautiful. Because forgiveness is such a noble act. Forgiveness is such a courageous act. And forgiveness empowers you, sets you free, lightens your load, and allows you to let go to the point that you never think about it again. We all make mistakes, none of us are perfect. And when you learn to forgive yourself and forgive other people, anybody, for what they've said, for what they've done, it's so powerful. You will feel much better, I promise you. The next time you get angry about something that somebody said to you 10 years ago, 20 years ago, last week, whenever, catch yourself thinking that thought and say to yourself, is this really worth it? Is this worth me carrying around for the rest of my life? Or is it time to let go? And then start forgiving them. You don't have to forgive them to their face, although you can. You can phone them up, you can send them a text, you can write them a letter. You can see them if it's important to you and if you're able to. But if you're not able to, or if they're no longer here, you can still forgive them. And visualize that they are in front of you and you are forgiving them. And then you smile at them and wish them well, and observe whilst they smile back at you and wish you well. And then, in your mind's eye, visualize them getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, getting further and further away from you, until they completely disappear. It's a very powerful exercise. Give it a try. I hope you've enjoyed day 5, forgiveness. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.